The heart of the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. I prostrate to the Arya Triple Gem. Thus did I hear at one time the Bhagawan was dwelling on massive Vulture's Mountain in Rajgriha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Bhagavan was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomena called profound perception. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avagitsvara looked upon the very practice of the profound perfection of wisdom and beheld those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Avalokitesvara, how should any son of the lineage train who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokitesvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra. Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty. Emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are emptiness, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visual form, no sound, no odor, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomenon. There's no eye element, and so on, up to and including no mind element, and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on, up to and including no aging and death, and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there's no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly completely awaken to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared. Tarara om gate gate paragate parasam gate bodhiswaha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Bhagavan arose from the concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokitesvara, saying, well said, son of the lineage. It is like that. It is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom, just as you have indicated. Even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Bhagavan, having thus spoken, the Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokitesvara, and those surrounded in their entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Bhagavan. Saji Puki Chukshin Tuktra Rera Benji Sanje Jimbo
menten bowa jowa jenda java
Idam Guru Anamandala
ganeyataya
Kamayataya Sangye Chodang Soki
soje jonala
Chogamala
janje
Janjo
padu
Badi
kani
Kami
je
Japsuchi
sonje
Dagi
dage je sonje
Chinengi
be sonamge
Pesanamgi
jola
Jola
penche
Pinche
sangjen
Sangye
du ba
Juparsho Sangye Chodang Soki
nala
Chogamala
janje
Badi
padu
Dagi
kani
Japsuchi
je
Dagi
dage
Jensoki Pesanamgi
jola
Pinche
penche sangjen
Sangye
du ba
Juparsho Sangye
je jota
Chodam
soje
Soki
jana
Chodam
la janje
Chokubari
padu kani
Dami
je
Japsushi
Dage jizon
Chenyen
jebe
Kipe
tonam
Sanam
ge
Dola
dola penje
Pinche
sangye
Sangye
droba shu.
Chupasho
Kange to chenye zone dawa tangje pambe je tambe chene tunze pa kondam de la chang ka lo. Tonye ni je zon ten jebe mangje je sangze kangje ten zhoko chana pime tenze jazo la suwan de se shin de lun de shu. Ambo la yege na le na na je ge de bo na na me ge na da ro ku je na ge ta ba dang je ge tu da ge chen de. So uh this topic is how to prepare to die peacefully. How to prepare to die peacefully and have a peaceful death. Today I'm going to talk uh, how to die peacefully. There are three different deaths. We should understand. There are three different deaths. The first one is a peaceful death. Sorry, the first one is a meaningful death. Okay, and second is just a peaceful death, and third is a very fearful death. So they have three different deaths. Okay, first one is a meaningful death, and the second is just a peaceful death, and third is a very fearful death. So we need to prepare for the first one, a meaningful death, and for the second one, a peaceful death. If we are, to die, peacefully, this is very important and benefit to get a good rebirth again. It's very important. At least we should be a person who will die, in peacefully. That is also, very, very important. Maybe it also can have to get a good rebirth. For these two preparations, first we should understand that all impermanent things are, changing in a momentary ways, and that change is instant, change very fast beyond our mind. We need to understand about impermanence. We need to know that when we see our created body, her our created voice, and smell our created smells, taste food, drinks, and touch physical objects. That they are, impermanent, transient, and change in an instant, and that there is not, the same as yesterday, last week, last month, years ago, because everything had already changed. This means that that is our, correct body is not the same as yesterday's, but we think that this is the same as existed and will continue to exist through time. This is in the wrong view. This present body is already changed. And now already changing very fast. But we think that this is the same as, existed then and will continue to exist through time. This is a wrong view. This is, basically we should understand that our feelings, perceptions, thoughts, even our, consciousness itself are impermanent and existing only for a time. And they are also just temporary. And everything has an end and is in the process of ending. In the process of ending, everything. Our feelings, our thoughts, our, consciousness and perceptions, everything is in the process of ending. All of our confused habits of mind are also impermanent. Evade delusions itself, everything change, everything is impermanent. Like anger, craving, delusions, arise is dependent on cause and conditions. Everything, everything is our, part of our body and our part of the minds. Everything, depends on cause and conditions. When this is a cause and conditions change, as a result of our minds changing. Because it depends on cause and effect, cause and conditions. When their cause and conditions change, as a result of our minds changing. Through these understandings, we should control our attachment to this life. This is the main point. Why we should understand about impermanence. Through this understanding, this what is in this way, we can control our attachment to this life, and we shouldn't worry, and be afraid of death, because we have many next lives. We can expect to be better in our life, our next life, next lives. That is why, we worry about our death. It's not beneficial for us because of our death, comes naturally. So, first we should understand, about impermanence. Not any particular things. Everything is, this compound things, impermanence. Especially with our life, our body, everything is in impermanence. Change naturally. Nobody can, stop it. Nobody can run away from death. because our lives are, impermanent and very limited. This is exactly the same as a tourist visa, visa, America visa to America or Nepal or say, for example, a tourist visa, which is very, very limited. And the visa, finish, we have to go. Exactly the same. We are in this world, same guest. We are guests on this earth, this world. When we finish our visa, we have to go. Nobody can stop. Nobody can say, oh, I want to stay longer. It is the nature of our life. This is nature of impermanence. Every impermanence has an end. First, we should understand, this kind of the nature of impermanence. This is very important. And we are lucky because we believe in past life and next life. That's why we don't need to worry and afraid of our death. Because we have next life. So we can, accept to, expect to, this better life, better rebirth, better, next rebirth. If we don't believe in the next life and past life, then very difficult. Then really we need to worry about our life, what is death. Really, then after our death, then finish. Then maybe become like rocks or dog, what is water, or I don't know, this goes to earth or for example. Then very finished, totally finished, Then we really need to worry, oh, this beautiful life is finished. But we are very lucky because we believe in the next life. This life is, coming in, but we have hope to get another better life. So with that, number one, this is a best, way to, we will die, in peaceful. This is the best way. Because we do not worry, don't need to worry. Especially according to the Buddhist philosophy, we have numberless next lives. Not one, not two, not three, until achieve Buddhahood. Until achieve the liberation from samsara, we have life. We will have numberless lifetimes. So we don't need to worry. So now we know the stone attachment to this life is meaningless. Because we have next life. That true stone attached to this life is meaningless and not beneficial to ourselves. And this is a main cause of feeling that it is very difficult to die. If we really don't attach to this life, then we will afraid of death. And this cause of we will the cause of a feeling that it's very difficult to die. Then we can't so what is renounce this life. When we die, but still, we can't renounce because attachment. We just don't attach to this life. But according to Buddhist philosophy, don't too much attach to this life. Not necessary, because we have another life. This is, reason, best reason. Or to no need worry and not afraid of death. And if this just don't attach to this life, this is a cause of a fearful death. Really, many people, when they at the time of death, very unhappy. Of course, they don't want to live this life, this family, this world, because to don't attach to this life. So first, we should understand about nature of our life and nature of impermanence, and we should understand that nobody can stop this die. What is it? Nobody can stop it. Nobody can run away from the death. So but there most importantly three things we should not forget that we need to try to understand more. Number one is impermanence has an end and nobody can control that naturally. Number two, this is, there's a, number one is having, impermanence has an end and nobody can control that naturally. This is the, changing state of, impermanence very fast. We can't forget. We shouldn't forget this. And we don't need to worry about the nature of death. This is important. This is number two. Number three, we should believe in our next life. And we should understand more about next life and past lives. Then we will die in peacefully. Really, then we can manage what is the most difficult time, at the at the time of death. First, we should understand every impermanence has an end, and nobody can control that naturally. This is the changes state of impermanence. And number two, we don't need to worry about nature of death. Number three, we should believe in our past life and the next life. And we should understand more about next life and past life. Then we will, we can happy to die. In this way, we should understand very clearly that worry about death is meaningless, stupid, mental baggage. Because, worrying can't help us at the time of death. This we should understand, very important. Worry about the death is meaningless. And worry can't help us at the time of death. So now we need to make a decision not to worry about death and make a decision to be a happy person at the time of death. This is very important, very important. Because, according to the Buddhist philosophy, in this life, the most important time is, at the time of death. Time of death is the most important time in our life. This is the most important part of our lifetime. Because as I told you before, we have many different karmas, many different imprints with your mind. If you will die in peacefully, maybe with a good motivation, this is a very, very big chance to, get better life, good life, higher state. No, actually, in this life, you pray and practice a lot, but at the time of death, you're unhappy and anxiety and too much worry about the death, and it can cause, to what is to repent, bad karmas. Then it's really very dangerous to go, lower realms. So this time at the time of the death is very important. That's why I'm going to talk about, how to, operation. And still, so now we need to make a decision not to worry about death, and decision to be a person, happy person at the time of death. This is very important, very, very important. And, life is very short, everyone knows, very clear. So we must try to live ours in peace and harmony without anger and stress, anxiety. This is very important. Very important. We try to, we try to live ours in peace and harmony and without anger and stress. And we must do something good for others, so that we will not have regrets at the time of death. If we will get something regret, time of the death, it's very bad. So, if we can do something for others, so that we will not, have regret at the time of death. This is the best way to die peacefully. If we have no anger, no worry, have no stress, then we have no regret in this life. This is the best way to die in peace. Really. If we have no anger, no worry, no stress, and do something for others, then we have no regret in this life. And then we no have regret at time of death. At the time of death. This is the best way to die in a peaceful. Very, very important. Especially according to the Buddhist philosophy, we need to meditate on the death process, and the 8 death dissolutions with bodhicitta and with emptiness. According to the Mahayana, the practice, Mahayana Buddhism, we meditate on, death process or what, whether you're not. So we should meditate with emptiness and compassion. This is very, very important. If you listen to a mantra of Om Mani Padme Hum, you need to practice, best on, compassion and bodhicitta and emptiness. Then this, recent mantras, Dhamma activities can goes to, towards Dhamma, pure Dhamma, Mahayana Dhamma. Then this can be, practice of Bodhisattvas. Without, practice, without compassion, without bodhicitta practice bodhicitta on emptiness, our practice, cannot be, Mahayana practice. Especially, according to the Buddhist philosophy, we need to, to meditate that process at death resolution or dissolutions with bodhicitta and emptiness. This is the best, this is a best death journey. This best death lojo means maintaining, okay? And this is the best, death journey. Really, Meditate on the death process and meditate on it, death, or these dissolutions with compassion, with bodhicitta, with emptiness. This is the best, death journey. Best journey. And through this meditation, we can understand about death, and we will know how to die in peace. And when we die, we can guide ourselves, save ourselves, protect ourselves. So that's why, this meditate on death process are very important. As I mentioned that before, Holiness said that he, practice 8 times every day. Meditate on the death process and 8 death dissolutions. 8 times every day. He said that, he says, I 8 times die every day. So this is very important, very, very important, Because if our mind is, confused at the time of death, then this is a cause of suffering during death. And if our mind, is agitated, with worry and stress, regret, attachment, then this is really not good for our next rebirth. So we need to have a good preparation for our time of death. Whenever that will be. We will eventually have to abandon everything and depart. Therefore, we, have no gravity, have no attachment to this life. That then this, must better for meaningful death, eventness life, So, this is also related to, how to be our own therapist. I think this is very, important because, everyone will die. So really we need to something, preparation, especially preparation for, die in peace and die, peacefully. This is very important. But as I mentioned that before, we should understand about emptiness, what is impermanent, and our nature of our life. This is the best, what is very important. And we should understand more about past life and next life. Really, maybe India masters and Tibet masters said that our body is, just a guest, like a hotel guest house. Our mind is, guest. And we are also, guest on this earth. It's very limited, maybe 90 years, maybe 18 years old, 8 years. After that, we have to go. We have to leave. And, so ours, our mind, our consciousness goes to another place to find another body, another life. So we will die peacefully, then a very great chance to get good rebirth again. And a very great chance to get what is good body, good life, better life, good life. According to the Buddhist practice, every practice, every good karmas we should take to time of the death. As I told you before, nobody can have time at the time of the death. Nobody can. So who can? Only practice Dharma and good imprints, good karmas can have at the time of the death. That's why we need to practice now. Without practice in this life, before die, then immediately when it comes die, we can't practice. We can't remember practice, and we can't remember Dharma. So this is problem. That's why we need to meditate more now, and we need to understand more now. We need to practice now. Otherwise, as I mentioned that before, everything impermanent. Death is certain, at the time of the death is uncertain. No one, nothing can happen at the time of death. That's why we need to practice more and learn more, understand more. And we need to do something, especially, preparation. And we need, to prepare to die peacefully and have a peaceful diet. As I mentioned that before, there are 3 different deaths, okay? The first one is a meaningful death, And second is, just a peaceful death. And third one is, very bad. And this is a, very fearful death. This is very dangerous. So we need to prepare for the first one, meaningful death. And, of course, for the second one, peaceful death. This is also important. Actually, meaningful death means, what is meaningful death? We can, death is, we can turn to practice. This is meaningful of death. Meaningful of death. Especially, meaningful death means, time of the death, at the time of the death, is we can turn to practice. This we can put in the practice. Especially what we learned, what we had learned about death. We need to put in practice. According to the Buddhist, what is Bodhisattva's practice? This is the best kind of practice. We can practice. We can practice, this time at the time of death. We can die for benefit of all the mother sentient beings. We can suffer of the suffering of this. We can experience suffering of this time of the death for other beings, other sentient beings. No worry, no fear, not what is a fearful death, peaceful death. Death, what is it? Peaceful. Die, peacefully. Death peacefully. So that's why, as I mentioned that before, many masters, when at the time of death, they are very happy. Very happy. They can die with happy with, die with happy. Really, you don't need to worry. Why? Because we have nice life. Maybe we will have a chance to get better life compared to this life. Maybe. But it depends on ourselves, depends on our practice. Only depends on our practice. So as I mentioned that before, especially I was, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, according to the Lama Zopa Rinpoche's practice. We can practice any times, everywhere. Lama Zopa Rinpoche said that when we cut, some vegetables and potatoes, we can practice. We visualize this cut, as a cut to ignorance and negative karmas and, obstacles, cut and clear away. When you open door, you can visualize, open mind for all the sentient beings. So we are human beings, we have a lot of goodness. We can share with other people and send to others. So really, everything depends on ourselves. Buddhist practice is not difficult. When you make clean your room, you can visualize and clean our negative karmas and obstacles with wisdom. Broom is with wisdom. This hand is method. Head is compassion. Broom is this wisdom, and make clean away our negative karmas and obstacles. Especially when you make clean in your prayer room, prayer room. Meditation room, sorry. We can. We need to open our mind for everyone, for others. We have a receipt of the compassion. We so, develop compassion for everyone. We can share our smile to everyone. So we have many chances, many choice. If we practice like that, then really, definitely we can be our own therapist. Not difficult. Then you can challenge, with everything. Easily, you can be patient, you can be happy, you can be compassionate, you can open your mind. So this is meaning of, to be, ours and therapist. This is meaning of, If we do, we can do this. So now I'm stop here. Maybe you have any question?
I have a question, Geshe.
Please.
Tujete for teaching. What is the most important thing to do in this life to remain inseparable from the Guru future life?
Okay. Actually, as I, I mentioned that before. So there are many different Guru devotions. Okay, many different practice of Guru devotions. But when you do something and when you do practice, you can visualize everything is, make meaning, what is fulfill Guru's visions and Guru's thoughts. I practice for, make meaning for what's fulfill Guru's, wish and Guru's what is thoughts and visions. This is best one. Practice Guru devotion. And as much as you can, follow Guru's advice. And especially, this is not easy. According to the Buddhism, what is a Buddhism sutra, we should visualize Guru is, like same like Buddha. According to the Tantra practice, we should visualize Guru is Buddha. Buddha, Guru, same, one person, indispensable. It is same nature, same identity. Two different, okay? According to Sutra, we should visualize Guru is like Buddha. According to Tantra practice, Guru is Buddha. Buddha is Guru. Always the same, always one person. When you visualize Avalokiteshvara, for example, Avalokiteshvara is Buddha. What is Guru? Guru is Avalokiteshvara, same nature. Outside, atmosphere, aspect is Avalokiteshvara, but nature is Buddha, our Guru. Guru and Avalokiteshvara, same nature. Always we should practice like that. Always. You visualize Buddha is here, Guru is here. Different. This is wrong. Totally wrong. If you practice separated Buddha and Guru, this is totally wrong. When you visualize invited Buddha and Avalokiteshvara, you should visualize, invited the same time, in the same way you invited, Buddha as a Guru. There are no other than, deity as a Guru. No other than any as other Guru. That is Guru. Maybe this Guru means, I don't know. For example, Lama Zopa Rinpoche and Dalai Lama, our Guru, Avalokiteshvara and Lama Zopa Rinpoche same. Avalokiteshvara and Dalai Lama same. Always the same. Always nature same. Identity same, one single identity. What is, yes, identity, Okay.
Geshe-la, there is one question in the chat. I'll read the question. Hold on one second here. My father is dying soon. While I'm taking care of him, it's sometimes very hard and emotionally overwhelming, even though I'm glad I have the opportunity to do it. How can I help myself be present and not overwhelmed?
Please repeat you. You can repeat again.
Yes.
No, you.
The student wrote this in the chat. My father is dying soon. While I'm taking care.
So, yeah, tell me.
She says, while I'm taking care of him, it's sometimes very hard and emotionally overwhelming, even though I'm glad I have the opportunity to do it. How can I help myself be present and not overwhelmed?
Yes. Actually, yes, of course, we can do many things. We can, emotional support for him and mentally support for him. And we can, physically support him. And especially if we are Buddhist, we can recite some mantra for him. And we can meditate for him. We can do many things, really, Especially according to the Lama Zopa Rinpoche's practice, he recite mantra for everyone, every animals, when sees some animals, he recite mantra for them. So of course, she or he, can recite mantra for a father. And if she has something, a holy object, so example, Buddha statue and Buddha Tanga put on his hand or his head. And especially, she can pray to him, pray for him, pray to Buddha Dhamma Sangha for him. And as I mentioned that before, don't need to worry. Worry is nothing. Don't need to cry. Cry is nothing. If you worry, if you cry, if you shout, this is, cause of, this can, what is, cause to, him, this is, disturbed and cause to, that maybe that nice life for him. According to the Buddhist philosophy, at the time of death, we need quiet and quiet, and be silent. This is very important. If someone shouting and cry loudly and this stopped it and this, then exciting and stress, more exciting, then more attached to this life, this family. This is very bad. Not only prayer, as I mentioned that before, it's not only prayer and recite some mantra. At that time, very important, emotional support and physical support and mental support is very important, very, very important. Really, love to him. Of course, unconditional love to him. This is very important. This is very important. So any other question, please?
There's one more question on Zoom from Karen.
Yeah. Yes, please.
In the Western tradition, you hear a lot about regrets. When people are dying, oh, I regret I didn't do such and such. I wish I had done such and such. It happens a lot in the West that people are filled with regret. They didn't lead their life in a different way or maybe do something differently. So I guess my question is, isn't it important? It has to do with attachment. Your point earlier when you were talking about attachment, I certainly understand when you're actually dying. At that point in your life, you're ready to move on. You should be ready to move on. But because, at least in the West, we have these issues with regret, shouldn't one lead their life as fully and deeply as they can, so that when the time comes eventually to die, there are no regrets, because you've done what you've wanted to do and you remember all the beautiful things of your life, whether it's I don't know, the kiss of a loved one, a little kitten or baby dog, seeing a friend after many years, all sorts of things that gave you tremendous joy. And so when you're talking about the attachment leading up to death and getting rid of it, aren't you really talking a question of degree?
So what is the main question?
I just asked it.
So just so you make clear, what is the point of your question?
The point of my question is, isn't attachment a question of degree in life? so that
But
you will have done what meant a lot to you in life, and you don't have regrets, and you're able to let go because you lived what you wanted to live. So isn't the attachment you're talking about a question of degree and not complete renunciation?
okay. Actually, I didn't get much clear, your point of your question, but it's okay, no problem. Actually, the attachment, the desire and wish, and totally different. We wish and desire to achieve Buddhahood, but this is not this is not attachment. Attachment means something, a part of the delusions. So attachment to this life, whatever, this is not good, and we should give up. So that means actually attach this we attach to our body and attach to this life. That means we concept bodies something they're very precious beyond this nature of the body. This is meaning of attachment. We concept and attach to this body beyond the nature of this body and this life. So whatever this we can't say like that attach to enlightenment, attach to liberation. Actually, is we should understand, okay? According to the Buddhism's Abhidhamma, okay? Buddha enlightenment is, and Buddha is not object of attachment. Really. And especially as what is Bodhicitta, also not object of attachment. We should understand what is the meaning of object of attachment. Something contaminated things. In the Tibetan, we say sakje. Sakje means contaminated things. All the contaminated things can be object of attachment. Okay, anyway. Any more question? Prayer.
Okay, closing prayers, dedication. Gewadi.
Yeah. Lama San Yen Jo Rawan Je Jamalo E Sala Gobasho
Jangchu Semcho
Rinpoche Ma Je Pana Je Jin Jin Jewa Nyamba Me Paya Kone Kondo Pewa Sho
Gang ri ra we.
Xin kan di pe ta de wa ben jo ye ne. Jie ri ze wang dian zi jia so. Xia be sen ta pa do dian ju ji.
Can you move that box, the confirm your speaking language box, please? Fearless teacher, an assembly of the children of the victorious ones, Shrabakas, Prachika Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge at infinite lands. Please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you are the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable Venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed to peace, such a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean, the three jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta, of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And may all our Geshis and Gurus live long.
Ji se na ga ne ba dan ro ji se ne ji ba te se dan ne ji ne re dong a se wa shong. Jambe ba ji da chen ba da kun di sam ba te a te ji te ta kun ji se da ya ra ke wan de ta tham je ra dong o. Thank you.